That little suit's gonna get all full of blood.
Mine or yours?
Hey guys, welcome back.
What's up?
So that was part one.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was part one. No, we're
That was
watching
part one.
That was part one. We're watching part
This
two
is
now.
part two.
This is part
Numero
two.
dos, parte dos.
What do you think about this movie so far?
So far, I'm
Kick
into
ass,
it,
right?
man. I am loving it. We gotta get to the second half, bro.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
this is a good ass movie. Any thoughts before we roll into the second half?
Nah, I don't even want to waste any more time. Let's just
do
get
this
right
then.
to it.
Drops business too, but they needed a minor league mope like you to run it. You don't just work for them.
Mope.
You work for them too.
What are you, crazy?
That's why you killed the girl.
I didn't kill no girl.
We know she
I ain't
worked
kill no
for you.
Goyle.
She got too close, right? He knows so much about you. You must know about him. Who is he?
Boy, you guys are a hell of a duet here. Why'd you start harmonizing? Don't even problem with your little scenario, okay? I ain't no rat.
Talk about what they did to my partner's face.
Holy God, what are you showing me? Come on. Open your eyes.
Bro, he's so great.
What are you showing
Whoa, cow, what are you showing me? Come on.
Rat with wings, a stool pigeon. That's not you. It says you are El Rata Alada.
You are El Rat that says that?
Why? You got something to tell us?
Yeah. It's La Rata. What is this, Riddler, stupid or something? Jesus. Look at you two. World's greatest detectives. Am I the only one here knows the difference between L and La? Jeez. No habla español,
Do me a
fellas?
favor, shithead. Shut up.
He was giving them bars,
Definitely
bro.
wrong too. I heard that earlier and I was just
You know
like,
what
know
that sounds
you-
like to me? A friggin' bat. Huh? You ever think of that?
That's what
Thank
I'm
you,
on.
Penguin.
Yeah, thank you.
An orphan.
Did you
What?
even? It's an orphan.
oh.
He be knowing all the answers. Like, bro, did you even think about it? Did you just know it immediately? Like,
He's just try another one. I know this one.
right.
He'd probably be shit to do knock knock jokes with.
Be like, knock knock. It's a penguin.
I didn't even get to say it yet, man. What the hell, Bruce? Nice.
I like how so far it's been him and Gordon going on these crime fighting
Yeah,
detective adventures.
Sins of the father.
Renewal is about growth. It is about planting seeds and renewing Gotham's promise.
He ran away.
So that's what that feels like.
Oh.
About an hour ago. I'm so sorry.
People stay
I
taking
think I
explosions to
need
the
you.
face in this movie. Gotham sucks.
You gonna help me?
Facts.
Help you.
Yeah. I thought you were vengeance.
Your friend got involved with the wrong people. She didn't know any better. Maybe you should have explained it to her.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
It means your choices have consequences.
Jesus Christ. Choices?
Do not be friends
You know,
with
whoever
Batman.
the hell you are,
Your
no
friend
one
was an
is.
asshole. He's better off dead.
What? When I was 7, my mother was murdered. Strangled. Never found out who. Probably some creep from the club.
Because of course. It's
Anyway,
Gotham.
social services came to take.
Gotham is an armpit. Gotham is just terrible.
The butthole of America.
For real, man. It's not even the butthole of America. It's like the anal worm of America. It's what lives on the butthole.
Yeah, it's just a terrible place. The worst. The aesthetic that they chose for design of the characters, specifically with Catwoman, I'm digging all of it. Like, in her apartment, she's drinking milk, her nails. When she's robbing stuff, she moves like a cat. Like,
If we don't stand
like
up
it was
for
just
honor,
the
no
attention to
one will.
detail in this movie is just outstanding.
Meow.
Yeah, I like how with the penguin they show him waddling, but he's not
That was a good
a
pickup.
human penguin.
You're right.
Commissioner, the
Because I
DA,
just noticed it right when you
now
said it
Thomas
that he
Bruce
does have
Wayne,
like a
I mean,
little
as
bit
far
of a
as I'm
lip.
concerned, that
Yeah,
psycho's right to go after
it's a
these
good
creeps.
pickup. I like that.
You'd be on his side. What, do you live in a cave?
Yeah.
There's way it is. It's all about the
Yeah.
lens.
Well, actually,
If I
Talk
can
about
find
right
that
on the fucking
dick bag
nose.
Kenzie, will you help me? Come on, vengeance.
Just don't make any moves without me.
She did an
understand?
excellent job.
Somewhat dangerous.
he's got a really good jawline. It allows them to make that mask look much better on him because he's got such a squared off jaw.
How about the shot here? That was a great
Gorgeous.
shot. Yeah.
Baby.
Look at that.
Can't miss with a shot like that.
Wind kicks up and the cape
Yeah,
flaps a
cape
little
flaps
bit.
a little bit. Right. It's like
Yeah.
that's perfect.
I'm Thomas Wayne, and I approve this message.
You know who I am? Yeah, Bruce Wayne.
It's cool.
I want to see Carmine Falcone.
It's cool. It's a nice parallel there.
See?
I love how they still have the bruises from the first encounter.
He said, "See, like, what do you think they said when that door was closed? Like, are you sure it's Bruce Wayne, not Batman dressed as Bruce? Like, what? See, it's not."
I don't know. He looks down and to the left the same way.
Did you kill him? For my father?
Look, your father was in trouble. This reporter had some dirt, some very personal stuff about your mother.
I've
family
learned that in
history.
movies, if the answer isn't immediately, then it's
trust
a
it.
yes.
Before the election, your father.
I gotta tell you, if you ask a gangster to go scare the shit out
Yeah.
of somebody, you're kind of
You thought your father.
You've already messed up. Like,
Yeah.
whatever he chooses to do, that's on you.
like, bro. Like, what did you think? Like, he's a gangster, my dude. Like, what did you think? Yeah, exactly. What did you think he was gonna do?
Let's go have a chat.
Throw some firecrackers in his garage? That's what guns sound like,
Fuck around and find out.
right? Bro, that's a crazy looking ass house. I don't see how anybody could actually relax in a house that looks like that.
It's like living in a museum.
Yeah. Yeah. In a museum that has torture exhibits.
I spoke to Carmine Falcone. He told me what he did.
Did he sit by his bedside just to confront him about this?
Yeah, that is kind of fucked up. He just woke up out
Yeah.
of trauma.
He doesn't even know where he is yet.
He's like, oh, it's you. He's like, you lied to me. You son of a bitch. What if he had a heart attack right then?
For real. I got a bone to pick with you.
Don't die yet. Don't die yet. I still got shit to say.
He was a good man.
Good shit. Give it back to him.
Your father.
Fucking brat.
Man.
For real.
And that night, your father and your mother were killed.
What's it in an alleyway? Behind the theater?
It was Falcone.
Was she wearing pearls?
You know she was. You know they were watching Zorro. Zorro.
Zorro?
Not
Had to
Zorro.
be. Zorro?
Zorro.
Began with a Z.
Maybe it was some random thug on the street who needed money, got scared and pulled the trigger too fast. If you don't think I've spent every day searching for that answer.
The life as Batman is constantly something he has to keep at
Right.
bay because it's taking over his life. You know what I mean?
It's a good way to look at it.
It's something that consumes him. Yeah, see,
You're
you can't
needed.
even you can't even grieve. You know what I mean?
Grieve. He went there to yell at an old man.
You're right. You're right.
Leave him alone.
You're right. You're fucked.
You gave some information, some drops thing.
I hate to be the guy on the left delivering the information.
For real.
It's like, boss,
I don't want to be anywhere around
I had nothing to do with this.
Oh.
They told me to tell you about this. We drew straws.
Yeah, man. You know they didn't tell him what message he was delivering either. Is he just, will you take this up to the boss? He's like, yeah, sure, no problem. Thanks, Tom.
Hey, Dad.
No problem.
What?
I'm Maria Kyle's kid.
Oh, he didn't know?
You remember her?
Yeah.
He wouldn't remember anything with a gun pointed at his face.
Just put down the gun, honey.
This is for my mother.
You missed?
You waited all that time to miss like an asshole. I'm sorry. Like, you have one plan.
Right, though. Yeah, you had one job. You had the drop on him and everything.
Maybe let him know as he's bleeding out who you are.
But I forget, she's more than capable.
Yeah. She can afford to wait a little bit.
Guys, he's not in the elevator.
Why do you go up to the elevator?
Yeah. With your cell phone light. No, he was in the elevator. For once, he was in the elevator. That's badass. That's really badass.
That's
Damn.
That's
At
dope.
what point do you turn around and run, bro?
Yeah, really?
Ooh, she's a beast.
Ooh! She came up with that gun too. Oh! Oh!
You made me do this. Just like your mother.
I guess we don't all work for you.
Oh, Martinez.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Martinez
The
is
right to
punk
remain
ass.
silent.
You're always just a gimp in an empty suit.
I'll straight paint your ass!
Oh, whoa!
What are you doing? It wasn't me! I didn't shoot! I didn't shoot! Get your hands off of me!
Oh, snap. How did Penguin not get blasted?
Yeah,
there?
with all those cops there. Yeah.
All of them.
That's a good point. But then another good point is Penguin was about that life. Like he was fitting to shoot him in front of all those cops too. That's something else to be said.
It never occurred to me like maybe it could be somebody
Really
else.
cool.
He's gone.
Bro, Lace doesn't even describe what you guys just did there. I was like, why did you even come up the steps?
Yo, they should have just waited outside.
What did you find, Batman?
Yeah.
You got anything up there? Should we come up?
No, okay.
Thanks. So what do you think we should look at?
I know, right? When he shows up. Yeah, I think this is a clue here. What do you think, Batman? It's a clue. Yeah, hey, put this in evidence. Put this in evidence.
This is where in the background the cops should be like,
Take pictures of whatever he looks at.
Got something back on one of the IDs. Edward
about to get
Nash
my promotion today.
I said all it takes is a little bit of fear and focus valence. That's exactly what Batman is, bro. Like,
Oh, you're really not as smart as I thought you were.
we all kind of said the same thing.
I guess I gave you too much credit.
He still thinks you're looking for a pigeon.
What's black and blue and dead? What have you done?
Why did you say that name?
Oh man, bro. I wanted to throw this microphone across the room. Why did you say that name? Oh shit. big bowl. It's below sea level. It's kind of epic level destruction for the first debut movie, right?
Yeah.
Can't get through, the lines are down.
Damn, he just rolling on people, bro. How long was that dude standing in that apartment by himself?
Yeah, he didn't even know. That water was pink. That's that Joker water.
I really don't know. We're just trying to get
You leave everybody smiling.
Get an active situation. We need to sweep the building for explosives and get them
He said everybody smiling. Love that Joker.
Was that the Joker perfume or makeups that fucked you up?
Yeah, it was everything. Remember?
You just put on the foundation and shit.
No,
like,
it was everything. Remember, because like people stopped wearing shit. Like remember that they showed the newscasters? They were all fucked up. The guy was all he needed to shave. She ain't had no product in her hair. Like shit was real fucked up.
Was that the first Batman?
Yeah.
Problems. The water's already starting to
I
breach.
thought this was a shelter of last resort.
Yeah, for a hurricane.
Is she the mayor now?
Yeah.
Oh! No.
Was.
She's not the mayor anymore.
That was hard.
Damn, he shoots those directly into people in this movie.
Yeah. Flesh wounds still live. You know what I mean? That was hard. That was hard.
That is hard. A Batman who's throwing people off of a roof essentially, or down there, but is catching them because he's not trying to kill.
Woo!
He didn't save them. Video. Whoa!
She saw that coming.
Yo, how do they not run as soon as one of them catches like that? As soon as that comes out of the shadows, it's like,
Yeah.
drop the rifle.
Yo,
like
he just got a shotgun blast that point blank range, bro.
Is that the guy that was like, this guy's an asshole? I came to this funeral just to say that.
Oh shit.
Is that him?
I think so. I don't see how that was a good idea for him to go. Like, look at that. It's a stadium that is even lower than the city itself. Like, why was that a good idea?
That's not a flood shelter. It's a storm shelter. Like, they had no choice, I guess, and he knew that. It's a good plan, Riddler.
Yeah. Good plan, Riddler.
Oh.
It's okay, he's wearing gloves. They usually don't show Batman like that.
He never saved anybody's cat.
Facts. It's funny, he saves a ton of people, but they don't picture him as like, like the savior or the person standing in the light. That's like a Superman thing.
Very much so.
Wow. What a shot.
Just leading them, Batman leading them out of the darkness.
Right. Right. How crazy is that? Batman leading people out of the darkness. Carrying the light.
Carrying the light too. Nice.
That's crazy.
The city is underwater.
We must rebuild people's faith
She is amazing.
in our institutions, in our elected officials,
I want to vote for her.
in each other.
Who was the president who got shot and then still delivered the speech?
Was
Was
that
it Roosevelt?
Bull Moose?
Roosevelt?
Roosevelt, I think. Took a shot in the side and
And then
was
show people, I apologize, I got shot. That's some hardcore shit. Man, that is so
Yo,
hardcore.
you imagine sitting there watching this speech. You got to be like, yo, I'm not a man. It turns out, like, I just found out I'm not a man. That's a man.
I'll vote for you the next 5 times. You
For
run.
real.
Jesus.
I know, right? Constantly.
That should be the response from most people
Right.
more often. Ah, Batman.
Why don't you come with me? Get into some trouble.
I'm needed.
Who am I kidding? You're already spoken for.
He dresses up as a giant bat. You know what I mean? Like
Giant pigeon.
Like, bro, like.
You should go.
Was she expecting a healthy relationship out of that?
I was just about to comment on the relationship. I don't think he's ever spoken to her. Like, he just, every time she says anything, he just looks at her like,
Yeah. Yeah. Like now.
and she's like, I know, right, Batman?
He doesn't have to say words. He just looks at people and they understand what he's thinking.
He doesn't read. He just looks at books and they give up the information.
Yes. He doesn't beat low-level criminals. They punch themselves in the face and take themselves to jail.
Back to work.
Yeah, man, that was sweet.
Woo-wee.
Super sweet,
Oh,
right?
that's some Batman, yes.
Lived up to the hype.
Sir.
I think
Yes,
he
sir.
knocked
Yes,
that out
sir.
of the park.
Yes, sir, man.
But I mean, who cares?
Batman.
That is a completely different movie. That's like a different show, man. Like
Batman.
This is not Adam West.
I thought we were both singing.
What is your love affair with Adam West?
You don't have that song stuck in your head now?
No, not at all.
I was singing it the whole movie. So really good. It was fitting.
I'm afraid to ask you what you thought about the movie. Like, what are your initial thoughts? But now I'm like,
oh man, awesome. This was a great movie, man. And it couldn't be much further away from the Adam West Batman, actually, with the
no shit,
the brightness and happiness of the Batman.
Oh,
and
it's
the
pretty
silliness.
bright, pretty colorful. It's like
there's
those MCU movies.
There's some colors in here, but yeah.
Nothing against MCU. We love the MCU over here.
No,
we're
big
just
fan.
joking. They're just jokes. Just jokes. Don't cancel us.
Hey, it doesn't hurt to have a different flavor.
Yeah.
You know, I love pizza, but sometimes I want Chinese food. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I want to eat that day.
Yeah.
And today I wanted to have me some Batman. I can't wait to
Gave it
cut
to you,
into
huh?
this one and start.
So much to talk about with
yes.
this, right?
Yeah.
Everything. The Batmobile, the Penguin, Catwoman.
Yes,
This
but first,
yes.
let's talk about our ratings here.
Okay, yes. Let's do the rating. Oh, Lord.
I'm just writing. Go ahead, put down your score, bro. You ready? What you got over there, my man?
All right, I got
4.4.
Well, mine should be higher than yours because mine is a better score.
Yeah, it's 4.8.
My scores are appropriate.
Right, but mine's more accurate. Let's see here.
Okay. So obviously, I liked it better than
a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, you look like you still liked it. Right?
Yes, sir. Very, very much so. This movie was a different Batman. And it's funny that I'm leading with what I'm about to say because it doesn't sound like it's different for Batman, but it had a darker tone, which we mentioned earlier, than other Batman movies.
Kind of ironically too, right?
Right, and it's
because Batman is typically a dark character.
Right, but this is a different Batman. Now we saw with Ben Affleck's Batman, with Batfleck, he's killing. He's killing.
Murder Batman.
Right. This Batman doesn't kill. In fact, he goes out of his way to dangle baddies off of ledges and whatnot, and avoids killing them when it looks like he was gonna knock them right off the ledge. He's very good about that. Which brings me to the other thing that I found really curious about this movie and really interesting. As much as this is probably the darkest or one of the darkest Batman movies overall in tone, the horror elements, the serial killer that they're chasing.
Yeah.
All of that is very dark, very grim. Despite all of that, This movie is probably the most in movies that we have seen Batman in the light and out of the shadows, both literally and figuratively. You know, literally in the fact that he's actually walking around in the daytime, and we never see Batman in the daytime.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But he's also out there in the public. He's interacting with the police. He's working with them.
Right.
In a way that we've never seen Batman do. I've never seen him interact with the police so much.
Typically in movies, he's kind of talked about as like a rumor or a legend. It's like, and you get a glimpse of him, or like he's flying in, flying out, you know. But now, like he was in the interrogation room, you know, like he was gonna fight all of those cops, you know.
Yeah, he's hanging out with them. He's showing up at the scene of the crime to investigate along with them, and he's discussing the clues with them and whatnot. He's working with Commissioner Gordon in a way that we've never seen him before.
Never seen that quite like that. He's usually talking to him at the bat signal, and then Batman goes off and does his own
disappears.
thing.
He's like, oh, okay.
Never seen Commissioner Gordon actually do the crime fighting things or the crime fighting adventures with. He was more like a Robin.
Yeah,
he was like Commissioner.
Really,
Gordon, you know?
We absolutely didn't need a Robin here because we had partners working on solving this.
Yeah, that was brand new.
Yeah, if Bruce has some type of partner in his detective work, it's almost exclusively Alfred or whoever the cool Robin is.
Right.
You know, he doesn't really work with anyone else. Here, he was not. They are partnering in this investigation in just a really, really good way.
And Catwoman, too.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
He gave her gear, Bat Tech, to work with. Like, that's brand new.
I'm glad you brought up that Bat Tech, the contact lenses.
The Bat Tech was super cool.
You could
never seen it used in that way before, right?
Oh, like, all of it.
It's,
like, yes.
So, before you get into that, because I wanted to kind of talk about the Bat Tech in particular, there's this style about it. It's almost like I don't want to call it steampunk, but it's kind of like it feels kind of old but new at the same time.
Right, yes.
Like the screens, he didn't have like this giant super screen, you know, this super computer and this big super desk that he was sitting at. It was kind of like he had these screens in multiple places, this tech that kind of does different things in multiple, like the computer, I guess, that reads the pupils is one thing, and then he has another computer that's actually a computer, you know, that pieces together information. It was just really cool. His suit was kind of pieced together. His car was pieced together, but it all worked. It all seemed believable.
Yes, it really did. It seemed like, you know, this guy had, you know, you have to start with all the money in the world like Bruce Wayne has. Yeah. But he can't turn to the experts, to the professionals that can make it look pretty.
There's no Lucius Fox here.
Right. He's not turning to him. You know, he might grab this piece of technology that they have at Wayne Enterprises or that piece of technology, but he's got to figure out how to do it on his own, how to put it all together. And you get a taste for how much additional knowledge he has beyond just the martial arts, just in the investigative scenes, you know, when he's looking at the wound and commenting on the fact that
they call it ecchymosis.
Possibly. I knew it was... Yes, that sounds about right.
I've never heard that word before, but I guess that's what it looks like whenever you have a wound and you're still alive.
I believe you.
I don't know. I'm not a coroner. I'm not a forensic evidence person.
This wound looks kind of ecchymosis to me. I'm not sure. Wow, Commissioner, we gotta solve this right away.
Ecchymosis to me.
So this Batman. Another thing that I found really different here, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we're used to a Batman that is part of the shadows, and we get some of that, like especially at the very beginning or at his introduction, where he's discussing.
Which is really cool.
It's a wonderful introduction. Where he's talking
Batman
about how
monologuing.
he is fear, basically, and how.
I gotta say, Batman monologuing is the best.
We need more of that
ever.
Yes.
Like, yes, every Batman movie should have Batman
100%, because otherwise we wouldn't know what the hell he's thinking. It's not like he emotes very much.
It's so great.
Like
when he talks, there's a reason. It's very deliberate in the way that he speaks. He doesn't talk for no reason.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so if you don't hear his thoughts, like you don't know what the hell he's thinking.
That's probably why whenever he sat at Alfred's bedside for all that time, only for him to wake up and go, "You're an asshole. You lied to me."
How vengeful of a person must you be to sit by somebody's bedside for presumably a couple of days, or at least a day.
Yeah.
He was there a while.
A couple of hours, bro.
Seething. You know, it's the first time that I looked at Batman and I was like, you know what, Bruce? I think you're doing all of this because you're a bad person. Like you have to find better coping mechanisms.
I mean, well, you know what's funny? It's with this. What's funny about all this is, nobody's ever accused Batman of having good people skills.
Right? No.
He has like the worst people skills.
Yeah. He's never been a social butterfly.
Yeah. He kidnapped an orphan.
Yeah, but this now I'm like, you know what, man?
He trained him as a killer.
You need anger management. Like this is you don't know how to process your emotions, bro.
Well, okay, so it's funny that you bring that up, and it's funny that we kind of ventured off or segued into this because that's one thing that I love about this movie. Some people don't really like that. His connection to the Arkhams and the way they portrayed his mom to be kind of crazy, and I mean when you really think about it, I mean the guy dresses up in a giant bat suit, to fight criminals. Yeah, he's a psychopath. He's a psychopath. You want on your team, but Batman is a crazy man.
This Batman moves a little differently, even though he does embody the shadows in a lot of ways. Like I said in the introduction to him, but this Batman isn't the same sneaky Batman that we're used to seeing. No. I mean, he shows up, and usually he shows up like Michael Myers shows up. Like he shows up like a phantasm suddenly in the room. And that's not what happens. He announces himself like the damn T-Rex. Like you see the ripples in the water when he's on his way, and you're like, oh shit.
That was an excellent analogy, especially the beginning when he fights the gang members. The first thing that you see is not Batman, or it's the first thing that you hear. It's his footsteps, and the reason why there's a bunch of things about this movie. I mean, there's so many things about this movie we can't break it all down, but this movie is so well done. It's so well written. The cinematography is well, but one of the things that's also really well done in this movie is the sound design. And going back to that scene in the beginning, again, the first thing that you hear is his footsteps, and you could feel or understand how much armor he's wearing because you could hear it as he's approaching. It's not just his boots, it's also the clang of his armor as it falls on him. You know what I mean? As he takes every step. It's a slow, deliberate pace, which is another thing that I love. It's like you said, it's kind of like Mike Myers, and that was also really cool. Yes, that was just a great point.
Now, I think that the viewers would find it unforgivable if we didn't at least address the obvious question. So you have, who is it here? Pattinson, Robert Pattinson, versus Affleck,
okay, versus
Bale, versus Keaton. We'll stop there. I'm just not going to include Adam West, Clooney. What was the other one?
Again, it's all based on your personal flavor, but for the sake of this argument, the relevant ones are those four that we just mentioned.
Absolutely. If you want to include any of those others, feel free. Clooney, number one?
Who's
Clooney?
Oh, you're fine. I'm glad I asked you what you said because I didn't catch that. I would have been like, yeah,
sure,
of course.
Exactly. You ripped up in the comments. You are an idiot, sir.
And I'd be like, you are correct, sir.
Can't make an argument against that right now. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I'm sorry. Your question is out of the four, which is the best? It's kind of a hard question to answer. I like them all for different reasons. I think I mentioned before, Keaton. I grew up with Keaton, so he always has a special place in my heart. He's from Pittsburgh, he's from Pittsburgh? He's from Pittsburgh, my guy. So yes, of course I'm gonna love Michael Keaton as my favorite Batman. He was the cool Batman. He had style, he had flair, he had this thing about him where he was able to be like this, kind of this square, but he was like a confident square, very capable, you know what I mean? I specifically liked his scenes as Bruce Wayne. I guess Keaton would be my favorite because for multiple reasons, but I like them all.
Can't hate on you for
that. But if one had to be a tiebreaker, I'd still have to give it to Keaton because he's from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna catch flack for this. I'm gonna catch some
damned if you do,
some
damned if you
Ben
don't.
Affleck for this. Come on, man! I'm a dad. I gotta make the dad jokes. But Batfleck is still my favorite Batman, followed by Keaton.
I would agree.
Then followed by this one. I really like Robert Pattinson as Batman. The a version of Batman.
He supplants Bale for you.
Yeah, Bale is at the bottom of that list. You know, he might be just behind.
He's on the
Clooney
list
too.
of greats. You had to squeeze that one in.
If West makes it onto the competition at all, I don't know who could possibly take it, but I'm just keeping him out because he's a different entity. Adam West is my dude.
I'm sure. I know that's your dude by now.
Yeah,
like.
man. And you know, one other thing, just the last thing that I wanted to bring up. I found this to be the best portrayal of Superman that I've seen in a while. You know, that was one of my, you know, I know a lot of people, I liked Man of Steel very much. I love that movie. But a lot of people shat on the fact that Superman caused so much carnage.
Shout out to Snyderverse, restore the Snyderverse.
He allowed so much carnage to be caused. And didn't stop to save people a lot of times where he could have.
Rookie Superman.
Absolutely. But here's a relatively rookie Batman who's showing something that isn't typical of Batman. It's not that Batman isn't a good guy. This is typical of Superman. Well, Superman stops to make sure that, look, I'm kicking your ass, but I'm not here to kill you. I need you to stop what you're doing. I'm going to leave you just dangling here. They're going to find you later. You're going to be okay, buddy.
Well, it's funny that you use that mayhem and destruction example with Man of Steel, because that car chase scene in the Batman, that was definitely pretty reckless.
Yes.
I mean, again, he didn't cause any of that destruction, but by proxy, he kind of did.
Yeah, what's really reckless about it is that...
Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. That was a kick-ass scene.
Penguin wasn't that's not a flight risk. He's going back to his club.
He's
just
staying
meet
in
him
Gotham
there.
City, right.
Just like, look, he's going to get there faster because he is racing down the road. Just be there 5 minutes after him. Like, but you don't save that much time racing.
But it's kind of one of those things. It's like, but yeah, like, you know, movies.
Yeah, of course. Like, look, I wanted to see that scene.
Right.
I don't care. Like, those aren't real people.
More cowbell, please.
Yeah, please.
Exactly. Any final thoughts?
Just the one final thought I almost forgot to ask.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we got Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah. Zoe Kravitz.
Kravitz versus Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway.
Versus Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Versus Halle Berry.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I love you, Halle Berry, but we're gonna have to take you off that list.
Sorry, Halle.
But I will do this. Since you mentioned Adam West, I will replace Halle Berry with Eartha Kitt. Yeah, how about that?
Oh,
but
exploded my mind.
But to answer your question, because I had to give it to Michael Keaton, because that's my guy. I grew up on this Batman. I have to give it to Michelle Pfeiffer. I love Zoe Kravitz though. She did an outstanding job. Just fantastic. Everything about her, the nails, her attitude, her walk, her abilities, everything about her was just badass. I loved her.
I think if I'm gauging this as me being Batman, I think I want my Catwoman to be Anne Hathaway.
Don't get yourself in trouble.
Hey, honey, you can just ignore this part. Just fast forward here.
She's not going to hit you in your DMs, bro.
Yo, she is.
Wishful thinking, but she's not going to hit you in the DMs, bro.
No, you never know, man.
Yeah,
no,
okay.
I think Pfeiffer is probably
Pfeiffer.
Yeah, she's probably my favorite Catwoman. That's the one I grew up with. Even though I really loved the old Adam West show a lot.
Sure you do. But Eartha Kitt.
Yeah, she's hard to beat, but
legendary.
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer though is probably my favorite Catwoman. Anything else that you wanted to throw in?
No, sir.
You want to send us off?
Well, yeah.
I want to remind them to just let them know what they should do.
What, to tell them to like and subscribe? You should have been to that. You know,
please.
like, subscribe, hit the bell.
Subscribed.
You should be doing that like right now.
Yeah.
Like
the like is the thumbs up. Please click that. And make sure you hit the notification bell so that you're notified anytime we drop new content.
Again, thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you for being here.
Peace.